In the last video, I mentioned that ChatGPT has very limited knowledge of indicators. Therefore, the trading strategies that it can code on its own are usually very similar to each other. They often use the same indicators like the MACD, RSI, Keltner channel or Bollinger Bands. So in this video, I will show you how you can code strategy scripts with ChatGPT using almost any indicator on TradingView. I will also show you a strategy for Bitcoin that I built with ChatGPT using various indicators from TradingView and give you the free source code too. At the end, I will show you the backtest results and our strategy ranking spreadsheet. Without wasting any time, let's get right into it. First, I opened up ChatGPT and told that I want to build a trading strategy script using indicators that I found on TradingView. I told it that I wanted to decide which indicator should be used in the strategy, for what purpose, and to recommend other indicators that could improve the strategy. I also sent it the Pinescript codes of each indicator. To do that, head over to TradingView, open up the Indicators tab, and search for the indicator you want to use in your strategy. Then click on this brackets icon. This will open up the source code of the indicator. Now copy it and paste it to ChatGPT just like I did. A quick tip, try to use indicators that has short source codes, as ChatGPT starts really struggling when it has to write more than 100 lines of code. So ChatGPT gave me a brief description of the indicators I sent to it and explained how I could use them in a trading strategy. Next, I asked it to expand the strategy to an NNFX style strategy. If you don't know what an NNFX strategy system is, don't worry, it simply means that for the strategy we use at least two entry signal indicators, baseline indicator, a volume indicator, an exit signal indicator, and usually the ATR as a stop loss. You can read a lot about it on the web and find many YouTube videos on this topic. As a response, ChatGPT gave me a complete detailed strategy idea. I read it and it was pretty good, so I went with it. But of course, if you want to modify anything in the strategy, just simply explain it to ChatGPT and it will do so. The next step was to start coding. I asked it to code the strategy step by step, starting with the entry signal indicators. And it started generating the Pinescript code. I copied it, went over to TradingView, then opened the Pine editor, clicked on Open, New Strategy, pasted the code, and finally clicked on Add to Chart. And as usual, I got an error code. As I mentioned earlier, if you face the same problem, just copy the error code and give it to ChatGPT. I did the same, and ChatGPT wrote a new script, and it finally worked. In case the script has no errors, but doesn't work exactly you would have liked to, just write ChatGPT what you want to achieve and how the strategy script works now. It usually can find the problem and correct it. So I continued the process and asked it to code the exit signals too. I sent it the full strategy description again to make sure it knows what to do next. And it coded something, but not the full script. If you get a similar response, just let it know that you need the full plug-and-play script. This prompt tends to work most of the time. It generated the full code, but as usual, I got error codes again. So now I just repeat the usual process. Copy and paste the error code, wait for the new corrected script, and try again. Well, basically that is how you can build a strategy with ChatGPT using any indicator on TradingView. My final strategy is much different than what ChatGPT recommended, as I faced a few errors that ChatGPT couldn't solve and I wanted to modify a few things too. Now I won't go over the rest of the process of building my strategy. From this point onwards, I was just repeating these steps. But before moving on to the final strategy, remember the following key takeaways. Don't use indicators with long source codes, as ChatGPT has problems with managing and writing more than 100 lines of Pinescript code. Write the code in parts and always check if it works correctly. Even if you added a new function to your strategy script, check the previous written parts too, as ChatGPT sometimes messes it up. If the code is not a complete script, then ask ChatGPT to send the full plug-and-play code. From time to time, remind ChatGPT of the full strategy description, as it can forget it after a few messages. And finally, if you have no input step or no indicators are plotted on the chart, just ask ChatGPT to include these inputs and plottings of the used indicators too. If you like this video so far and want to see more content like this, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Also make sure to check out our other channels, TradeSmart for more complex strategy scripts and TradeSmart Crypto Journey for the 1k to 10k crypto challenge, where I analyze hundreds of cryptocurrencies to find the best ones with 10 to 100x potential. And now, let me show you the strategy that I built with ChatGPT and an optimization for Bitcoin. Okay, now let me show you what indicators are needed for this strategy and what parameter settings I used in the optimization. First, open up TradingView, set up the BTC USDT 30-minute chart, then click on the Indicators tab. Now let's add our indicators. First, type in AMA signals and add this one to your chart. Next, type in 2 EMA, add this one, then CMF, add the Chaikin money flow, and finally type in stiffness. Click on this one. Okay, now we have all of the indicators on the chart. Let's modify the settings. First, open up the AMA, set the period for ER to 60, the fast EMA to 40, the slow EMA to 55, and leave the signal gamma to 0.15, but our script doesn't use it. Next, open up the EMA, set the fast EMA to 30, the slow EMA to 85, then click on the Styles tab and untick these options. Next, the CMF, set its length to 90, and finally the stiffness. The moving average should be 30, its length 90, the smoothing length is 9, and the threshold is 55. Also switch to the Styles tab and set the stiffness line style to step line, so it will be easier to see. Okay, these are the indicators that we used in the strategy script. But as you can see, these are a lot of indicators, and with the free TradingView account you can't add this many. But as I mentioned earlier, we compressed all of these indicators into one strategy script, so now let me tell you how you can add that to the chart. First of all, go down in the description or into the comment section and find a Google Drive link for the strategy script. Then copy that strategy script, open up the Pine editor, then click on Open, then New Strategy, highlight everything here, and paste our strategy code right there. Finally, click on Add to Chart. If you've done everything correctly, you should see our strategy script right here. The Inputs tab are preset to the optimization I made, but in the Properties tab we need to modify a few things. First, I use a capital of 10,000 USD, a commission of 0.1%, and a slippage of 2. The optimization I made is long only, but you can set the strategy to trade shorts only or both. So now let me explain the rules for longs. Here we have a valid long entry signal. For a valid long entry, first the candle needs to close above the AMA. If we move down a bit, this line will be our AMA line. Then the CMF should be above the 0 level. This is the CMF, and here is the 0 level. As you can see, it is slightly above the 0 level, so it gives a valid entry signal too. And finally, the stiffness indicator should be above the 55 level. On the bottom we have the stiffness. This red line is the 55 level, and as you can see on the entry signal candle, the stiffness was well above it. So all of the conditions are met for a valid long entry. We can enter into a position at the close of the signal candle or at the open of the next candle. As you can see, our script enters at the open of the next candle. For stop loss, the script doesn't have any built-in stop losses, but you can use an ATR or a percentage-based stop loss just for safety. For take profit, we'll be using the 2 EMAs. If the fast-moving EMA crosses below the slow-moving EMA, we exit the full position. The position sizing will be a 2x leverage, so basically on a 10k account, you open a $20,000 worth of position on each trade. Let's see how this trade plays out. This trade alone had a 1:6 risk-to-reward ratio and captured a 20% movement. As I said, this is a long-only optimization, but if you want to trade shorts, then the rules are the following. A candle needs to close below the AMA, the CMF should be below the 0 level, the stiffness should be above the 55 level, the stop loss is the same, and we take profits when the fast-moving EMA crosses above the slow-moving EMA. And now let's see the backtest results. For the backtest, I used a $10,000 capital with a $20,000 position sizing, which means a 2x leverage, a 0.1% commission rate, and a 2-tick slippage. These are the settings I used. I set the time interval for the last 4 years, so around 1 Bitcoin cycle, and here are the results. In these 4 years, this script took 238 trades, generated 627% net profit with a 2 profit factor and only 25% maximum drawdown. Looking at the equity curve, it looks pretty good. The blue line is the buy and hold strategy of Bitcoin, and the best part, when Bitcoin fell in the bear market around 50 to 70%, our script managed to stay around the same level and starting generating profits again when Bitcoin started trending up. Over this 4-year period, our script easily outperforms Bitcoin. But that's not all. It also works on other time frames and on many other assets. Let me show you. If we take a look on the 15-minute, it is still profitable. On the 10-minute, it is still good. On the 5-minute, it's still good. And only on the 3 we start losing with this strategy. How about higher time frames? On the 1 hour, it's profitable. 2 hour, it's really good. 4 hour, amazing. And on the daily, it's still good, but it only took 8 trades. Let's quickly check a few random coins and see how they work. On Aave 30-minute, it's profitable. On Algo 30-minute, it's break-even. On BNB 30-minute, it's profitable. On Ethereum, it's profitable. FTM is very good. Litecoin is break-even. Link is profitable. Already profitable. Quant is break-even. What I found is the best time frame for this strategy is actually the 2 hour. Let me show you why. If we take the 2 hour and start going over all of these pairs, almost all of them are pretty profitable. So far I've only seen 2 break even. Three. So altogether, out of these around 50 cryptocurrencies, only 3 were losing. Well, I think that's pretty good. And finally, let me show you the strategy ranking spreadsheet. Here is the updated strategy ranking spreadsheet. Today's strategy was the AMA, CMF, EMA and stiffness strategy. The optimization was made for the 30-minute chart, and with 627% gain, it took the 2nd place. Not far behind, at the 3rd place, we have the BTC USDT 2-hour setup too. So far the best strategy is the daily high-low breakout strategy on Tesla 1 minute. But you have to take in mind that with that setup I didn't use any fees. In the spreadsheet at the end I will post the download links for each of these strategy scripts and the YouTube links where you can find all the optimization settings. And that wraps up today's video. Don't forget to comment down below what kind of strategy should I build next. If you want to see more content like this, drop a like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. For more content, check out our other channels, TradeSmart and TradeSmart Crypto Journey. And if you want to see another ChatGPT-generated strategy, check out this video. Or if you are interested in our latest premium TradingView strategy scripts that works on almost every cryptocurrency and can be turned into a trading bot, check out this video. With that, as always, thank you all for watching, have an amazing day, and until next time, trade smart!